Simplifying expressions with negative exponents. Recall that negative exponents indicates that we need to move the base to the other side of the fraction line. For example, x raised to the power of negative 4 is equal to x raised to the power of negative 4 over 1. Just move the negative exponent to denominator to become a positive exponent, so that's why x raised to the power of negative 4 is equal to 1 over x raised to the power of 4. 1 over x raised to the power of negative 3. Since our exponent is negative, we will move this to the top, which is our numerator. So 1 over x raised to the power of negative 3 is equal to x raised to the power of negative 3. In the context of simplifying with exponents, negative exponents can create extra steps in the simplification process. For instance, x raised to the power of negative 3 over x raised to the power of negative 7. Just move each negative exponents to the opposite direction. In this case, move the x raised to the power of negative 3 to the denominator, and x raised to the power of negative 7 to the numerator. And then simplify the expressions. Use the rule of dividing exponents. Just subtract both exponent. So 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. So our final answer is x raised to the power of 4.
Simplify this expression. You can proceed in either of two ways. You can either take care of the squaring outside, and then simplify inside, or else you can simplify inside, and then take the square. Either way, you'll get the same answer. To prove this, I'll show both ways.
Simplifying first. Look for the negative exponent and move the base to the other side of the fraction line.
Since we have a negative exponent, which is x raised to the power of negative 1, we need to move this to the other side of a fraction line. The new expression is this, and simplify by distribution property of multiplying the power to the power. The exponent of negative 3 is 1, so multiply the power 1 and the power of 2. And the power of y is 2, so multiply power of 2 and the power of 2. And our denominator is x to the negative 1. So the exponent of x is 1, then multiply 1 and the power of 2.
And simplify again. Negative 3 squared is equal to 9, and y squared raised to the power of 2 is equal to y raised to the power of 4 over x squared. So our final answer is 9y raised to the power of 4 over x squared. In other way is squaring first. By distribution property of multiplying the power.
The new expressions is negative 3 raised to the power of 2, x raised to the power of negative 1 and raised to the power of 2, y squared raised to the power of 2.
And simplify. Negative 3 raised to the power of 2 is 9. The power of negative 1 times 2 becomes x raised to the power of negative 2, since negative 1 times 2 is equal to negative 2. And y squared raised to the power of 2 becomes y raised to the power of 4. Remember, you need to move the negative exponent to the other side of the fraction line. So put the x raised to the power of negative 2 to the denominator. So the answer is 9y raised to the power of 4 over x squared. Have you noticed that they have the same answer even though they don't have the same method? Simplify this expression again. You can work either of two ways. Multiply first and then handle the negative exponents, or else handle the exponents and then multiply the resulting fractions. You'll show only one. Multiplying first, you need to multiply the powers that has the same terms. Negative 5 times negative 2 is equal to 10. X raised to the power of negative 2 times x raised to the power of negative 3 is equal to x raised to the power of negative 5. Y times y squared is equal to y raised to the power of 3. Put all negative exponent to the other of the fraction line. So in this case, we have negative 5, we will put this to the denominator. So the final answer is 10y cubed over x raised to the power of 5. Simplify. 1 over 2x raised to the power of negative 4. Look for negative exponent and put that on the other side of a fraction line. In this case, we need to put this negative exponent to the numerator. So 1 over 2x raised to the power of negative 4 is equal to x raised to the power of 4 over 1, or x raised to the power of 4. Negative 6 over x raised to the power of negative 2. Look again of the negative exponent and put that on the other side of fraction line. The expression becomes negative 6x squared over 1. Because x has the exponent of negative 2, so put that in the numerator. Or we can write our final answer, negative 6x squared. In this expression, look for the negative exponent after that. Move this on the fraction line. So x raised to the power of negative 2, move this to the denominator. So the answer is 3y over xy x squared.